Hey everybody, hey loves, how y'all doing? I'm back. Okay, so you see by the title of my video, this is a serious one. Narcissistic love versus self-love, and how you be yourself and who you bring into your life. It's so important. So we know self-love is a topic of discussion I always talk about because it's something that I didn't have growing up, so that's why I talk about it so much. Narcissistic love is people are very selfish, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or just friends who are emotional vampires who drain your energy, and then they make you feel guilty about it when you didn't do anything wrong. That's narcissistic love. And I've been with somebody for some years, who was a narcissistic person. Now, you don't know, they won't reveal it in the beginning because, for one, everybody put up a facade in the beginning, especially when you meet somebody. Nobody is them true selves in the beginning. After time, over time, you see those person's true colors and how they really are, how they act, and what they do. You know, how they treat people. Now, they're very charming in the beginning, I must say, very charming. You know, as some years go by, next thing you know, they're a whole total different person. They drain your energy. They make you feel guilty for stuff that you didn't even do. They're very selfish because it's all about them. At the end of the day, they really don't care about you. They really don't love you the way you do. Now, empaths, we attract narcissistic people because we are very open, we are giving, we have high frequencies. We just a very vibrant, loving, sweet person. Sometimes a little overexcited, a little anxious, and they pick up on that. They pick up on that energy and they pick up on those feelings, and they use it to turn it against you. So that's something I had to experience. You know, I didn't want to talk about it, but I was like, you know, this is a serious topic, and females and men, they need to hear this because it's not just females who are victims to narcissism. Men are also. Now, if you have self-love for yourself, you won't be easily manipulated, you know, because you know your worth, you know your value, and you know nobody can tell you or try to control you into what you should be doing or how you should be living, what you should be eating, where your whereabouts, because you know you. If you don't, and if you have low standards, you'll be easily manipulated. You'll be easily controlled. Anybody can tell you anything, you know? So it's so important, especially as a female, to be mentally strong and understand and point out those characteristics about that person, because they real slick with it. They're real slick. Like I said, they won't let you know in the beginning who they really are. Like a lot of relationships, you won't know. You have to find out in the end. That's why it's so important as a female to listen and observe. And if you notice, men listen and observe everything before they reveal anything about themselves. Females don't do that. I don't know why, but we always feel the need to talk and not listen. And it's so important to do that. Because when you listen, you can weed out who you want to be with, weed out who you want to be in your life. And that's so important. And that's something I didn't do. I always spoke too fast, you know. I spoke too fast and I didn't listen. And you have to listen. I mean, you know, sometimes it might be embarrassing, but, you know, as you get older, you know, you start to realize, you learn that if you make the same mistakes twice, then that's different. But you have to learn for yourself. It's experience. So know your self-worth, know have self-love for yourself, care for yourself, know your value in life, know where you're going, know where you at as a person, how you feel on the inside. You have to know you look good. You have to know, you have to feel good about yourself. You can't have approval. You shouldn't need approval of others to feel good for yourself, because if you do, that's when people are going to take advantage of you. They're going to take advantage of you. And a lot of times narcissists, they take advantage of your weakness. They feel it. Like I said, energy is a strong feeling. People feed off of it. People feed off your energy. So it's so important to know as a person who you are, so you won't be manipulated and so you won't be controlled. It's so important. And it took me a long time to figure that out. So a lot of narcissists, they attract empaths because of that, because we are very giving, we are open, we're very forgiving. Most important, we forgiving, and we keep getting sucked into the same drama over and over again, thinking that they're going to change and become a better person. But that's not the case. Not with narcissism. They're very selfish, and it's all about them. It's all about them. They don't really care about who you are. They care about them. They care about their well-being and getting what they can get out of that person, getting what they can get out of you. And that's what I mean by emotionally draining, emotional vampires, because they're taking all your energy from you and they feeding off you, and it's making them stronger as a person. And until you learn that, then you will understand what I mean by narcissism. So you have to be mentally strong, so that way they can't identify you, they can feed off you, they can't try to control your mind, brainwash you into thinking something, or brainwash you into feeling a certain way. So that's empaths. Empaths are drawn to narcissists, and narcissists are drawn to empaths because they are the total opposite. Narcissist is all about me, 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 me. It's all about me, me. And empaths is all about you, taking care of another person, being there for that other person, and less about themselves. Now, I'm still a very open, giving, friendly person, but I have boundaries. I have standards now. You have to set boundaries. There's nothing wrong with giving and helping and being friendly, but not over friendly. But if you set boundaries, you still setting boundaries, you will protect yourself. If you set boundaries, you will protect yourself so much more. You could be in a relationship and help the other person and love the person, but just remember that you have to love yourself first. Once you love yourself first, then you can love the other person, and you have to set your standards high. That's simple as that. And you shouldn't feel guilty for that, because the other person is not feeling guilty. They're doing what they need to do in order to feel good about themselves. So you need to do what you need to do to feel good about yourself, so you won't be a victim to whatever comes your way, anything negative that comes your way. Be mentally strong. I mean, I know I keep saying it a lot, but it's so important, because I don't know how many times I got sucked into that kind of abuse. Whether it was verbal abuse, physical, just anything like that. A narcissistic love is so important to know you as a person, so you wouldn't get sucked into that same drama over and over again. So, like I said, make sure you love yourself. Make sure you know your worth, what you're capable of, what you have to offer. Once you know that, then you can't be easily controlled. You can't be easily manipulated. Nobody can't tell you what to do and how to live or where to go, unless they're steering you right. Unless they're steering you in the right direction, then that's okay. But if they're not, you will feel it. You know when something's off. That's your aura and your guts. You know when something is off. If something is off, you follow that and you listen to it. because your instincts is always right, especially for a female. Our intuition is always right. That's just a gift that God blessed us with, and we need to take advantage of that more, and we need to just listen more and less talking and a lot of observing, because that's what a lot of guys do, and we need to do that more. So yeah, so make sure, ladies, please make sure you loving yourself, caring for yourself, doing good for yourself, taking care of yourself, trying to go out looking the best way that you can be, you know, so that way you pick up the right people, the right energy is following you. It's so important, you know. It's so important. And God bless. Mwah.